How we doing?
Good, how you doing, sir?
Oh man, great day, great day. I love the outfit today.
Thank you. I try to dress it up every season.
I know, I love it. I wait for it every time. I got it. We're just gonna go see if we can find Natalie. Duarte's ready to go. She's ready to stretch and work out after we had all that food.
I'm sore.
She's super excited. So, like I said, Natalie is like the fitness person to show us how to be successful at all things life. So we're excited. Oh, there she is.
I got hydrated.
She's already taking notes. Hey,
yes.
how are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Hi.
Woo.
You ready?
She's ready. She's
I'm
ready.
gonna go get the stretching.
She's gonna get the stretch on. Yeah, we're just gonna sit and chat a little bit about your role. First of all, can you kind of introduce yourself and tell us what you do? And
Yes.
I know it's lots, so like help us
No,
understand.
that's fine. I'm Natalie Cue. I've been the fitness instructor down here since the summer of 2011. And what we do in this building in particular is we work with soldiers to max, prepare, avoid injuries, anything along the lines to get them physically ready for their fitness test, a special school, or anything actually outside of that. Because we have a lot of people that have fitness goals outside of the military as well. And then something that's even better down here is we offer multiple classes outside of just working with our soldiers. So we have spin, we have yoga, we have strength, and we'll do one-on-ones if people have those kind of questions.
Do you have a favorite class to lead? Like, 'cause
Yes.
yeah? What is it? That was easy.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I personally love the work you can do with a kettlebell, in particular because you can do unilateral work. So a lot of us do have muscle deviations and imbalances, and this is one way we can correct those. So think of somebody coming back from a shoulder surgery. That one shoulder, just going through rehab and physical therapy, will be weaker than that other one, but being able to use the kettlebells, one per side, you'll be able to strengthen that side to get us back to then what we were doing without re-injuring that area. And then I love what it does for us cardio-wise.
Yeah.
Yes, so you've got the strength side, and then you have what I would call your strength endurance side, and it's just huge for that overall function of our bodies.
I've never seen somebody get so excited over kettlebells, so I know this is going to be great already. Because I'm thinking, as you're describing it, I'm thinking about my like little kettlebell experience, and I'm going,
Yes.
oh man, I don't know if this.
Yes.
But that's awesome. For people who don't know it, I don't know if you can see them way out there, but those are kettlebells, and they range, I don't know, everywhere from like 10 pounds to like what, 50? I don't even know.
No,
Like-
we actually have 10 pounds up to 106.
Who's the beast doing 106-pound kettlebells?
I think
Oh
we have
my gosh.
I think we have a 188 pound. To be
188 pounds.
Yeah.
That's like a human body. Like
It is.
that's a solid person. Like,
Yes.
I'm just gonna kettlebell a solid person.
Yes, you just
Wow.
squat it.
Yeah. Okay. So like a goblet squat kind of thing or something.
Sumo.
Yeah. Sumo. Okay. I'm getting my
If someone can swing it, I would love to put it on
Yeah,
video, but
yeah.
we don't have that.
Right,
We
and
don't
then
have that.
film them going to the hospital.
Yes.
Like, 'cause
Yes.
that's a lot. That's
Basically.
crazy. No, that's awesome. So you do a diversity. So talk to us a little bit about the diversity of exercise. Why so many different types? So from yoga, from kettlebell work to circuit training. Why would you have so many different types?
So with my background in fitness and exercise science, it really comes down to there's some basic components of fitness, and so the goal is to really hit all of those components for our soldiers and just our patrons. So I'll just kind of ramble them off
Yeah,
quickly,
yeah.
and if you have any questions on any of them.
I'm sure I will.
So first one's cardiovascular endurance. Simple, right? Most people think of running, but that is cycling, swimming. You could even play basketball, something where that heart rate is elevated for an extended period of time. So that's when we get into cardiovascular.
Okay.
Then we have muscular endurance, and we have muscular strength. So an easy way to separate those two, strength side is when you have it's that max force that you're trying to put out. So kind of like a 1 rep max,
Yeah.
but anytime you're pushing, but that one time you're trying to see how much strength you have. And then the endurance side of it is where you're getting into your higher reps, but how much can you do even at like a higher rep? And that's where I actually love the kettlebell side.
Yeah.
It actually builds that strength endurance side. Then you have flexibility also on the mobility side. So I do like to bring the two together. So that actually ties in with some of the yoga.
Okay.
And those that have never tried yoga, I do really push it, because what's so great is because there's so many different kinds, and yoga you can really cater to your needs. So if you're someone that's tight in the lower body, work on the hip stuff. If you're someone that had that shoulder surgery, learn to get that range of motion back. But if we don't have the range that we need in our bodies, usually that's when an injury can happen. So flexibility and mobility is huge. I believe they were getting ready to stretch when they came in.
I think so.
And
I'm not
foam
sure where they
roll.
went. They might have just
Right.
went to nap. Like they came in and they're like, oh, we're going to stretch. And
But
then
the whole
I don't know.
foam rolling side of it is another
Yeah.
component. So that kind of thing. And then body composition is actually another one. So some also just know that as body fat percentage. And so that is your ratio of fat mass to fat-free mass. So
Okay.
there's lots of ways that you can measure that. The I did write it down so I wouldn't say it wrong, but the hydrostatic testing is where you go in like an underwater scale.
Oh, sure.
So water
Mhm.
displacement kind
Yep.
of a deal. That is the most accurate, but you do have the tape measure method. Trainers will do the calipers
Mhm.
where we can pinch in different sites. And so there are other ways to get general ideas of your body fat, which is a method most trainers and gyms use over your body mass index.
Yeah.
It's just a little more accurate, and if that is too high, that then brings in health concerns. So there's usually a range that we want people in versus any specific number. And then the last one I kind of want to just tie in a little bit is then nutrition plays a part.
Oh, sure.
So as a coach, as an instructor and trainer, I have a level 1 nutrition, but I'm not a nutritionist or dietitian. But we can recommend things, I can recommend you not to eat fast food.
Yeah. How do you feel about Honduran food? Because we just ate a whole bunch before we came.
And things like that. So, but nutrition plays a really big part in the success of management of your fitness, meaning if you are looking for a certain goal, and if weight loss is in there or that body comp is in there, even if you want that max strength, your nutrition plays a huge part in fueling those goals. I tend to hear the phrase, well, I work out so I can eat, and that's like nails down a chalkboard for
Yeah.
me. I'm like, why wouldn't you want to eat to just be better at the
Yeah.
other stuff? But it is hard, right? Schedules, time,
Mhm.
all of that. And so the one thing we hit here are fad diets, what to avoid with those, and just kind of the basic truths, and that it takes time.
Yeah.
So nutrition is not a 2-week fix. It is not a detox. It is 12 weeks of committing to some changes in the diet that you have.
So I love that you talked about the difference in training methods, because I came here one time early morning to work out, and you had a group of, I think it was probably law enforcement officers or academy,
Yes.
and you were in the middle, and there was like this soft music playing, and this one officer was just a huge guy. And you were doing yoga,
Yes.
and he was like sweating. Like he
Yes.
could not do that thing, and then there was a petite, young lady next to him, and she's just like, la, la, la.
Yes.
But I think we have maybe some of the wrong image of what fitness looks like. I think, would you agree? Could you talk a little bit about the importance of balance in fitness? Because I would think after watching that really opened my eyes to my need for something like that, Pilates, yoga, and then also with strength training. Because I love to just hit the weights because I feel, that pump.
Yes.
But the reality is, I think we kind of need a balance to that.
So we love to do what we're good at.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you
yeah.
say?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Runners,
Yeah.
runners tell us that they're runners.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Someone who loves running, you're going to know that they love running. And so with that balance, when you look at the components, the thing is, if you do too much of one of them and too little of the other, that's that recipe for imbalance and injury. Meaning you like the weights. I would say, why not increase your flexibility and mobility so that you can lift more?
Yeah.
Because that would motivate you, right?
Right, yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you like that
Yep.
strength side. So I always say you need to do, 60% of what you love, because that keeps us happy.
Yeah, right.
That keeps us coming to the gym on the days you don't want to get to the gym. But we also have to do 40% of what we don't like, so we don't get that injury.
Yeah.
Meaning, I do love the strength side, which I think surprises people, because I do love yoga and all that. But I can lift pretty heavy. In the Iowa Games, I have been known to win the truck pull for the strongman.
Like pulling a truck?
Yes. The Humvee that you
I don't know
guys have
if
on
the
post.
camera's captioning us, but Natalie is not. She's not the Incredible Hulk. She's good. She's got a good frame, but she's. I mean, if we matched up on scales, I would win or lose. I don't know how you do that, but that's awesome that you have that strength.
I love to surprise people, and it comes from though. I also have a really good range of motion, so I'm able to tap into what I need to make sure I can recruit the right muscles, and I know how to generate that power. So an easy visual is somebody doing a squat. It doesn't matter if it's front squat, back squat, overhead squat, just think squat.
Sumo squat?
Yes.
We just talked about that with the kettlebell, yeah.
But if they go only to 90 and then back up, which was kind of taught a lot of years ago,
right.
The box squat, if you will, they're going to struggle to know how to recruit the right muscles if we ever go lower than that into a deep squat. Now, there are special circumstances. Knee surgeries,
IT bandage,
other things that we can work with, but I just wanted that visual. Whereas somebody who can do that full range of squat, butt past the knees, all the way down, come all the way up, they know how to recruit the quads, hamstrings, and the glutes, versus just isolating those quads.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm visual.
Yeah.
I'm a very visual learner.
I really appreciate that.
So we work on if somebody doesn't have that range due to IT bands or tight hamstrings, then we work on that. So one of my phrases that you'll hear me say in class all the time is, if you have a healthy butt, you have a healthy body. Our power comes from this region, and every good athlete out there has a strong core, which includes your butt.
I feel like that could be a t-shirt. I don't know.
Yeah, can we make that happen?
Yeah, I think we can make that happen. We're no marketing people, so.
Yeah, so no, the glutes we neglect them because we sit on them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wow.
We sit on them all day. So we do a lot
like light bulbs going off here.
Right?
I'm like, as we're sitting talking, I'm feeling kind of like I should stand up, or do squats while she's talking.
But no, but you can get a lot of that with the functional side of training, and so that's where I do get excited about kettlebell work. But I do incorporate sandbags. We bring out sandbags, we bring out dumbbells. So it's not just the kettlebell, but when you have less leverage with your weights, meaning your hands are on the weights, versus like a cable. Not that a cable machine is bad. That's not where I'm going with this. But there's less in between. So bench press, whether it's dumbbell or with the bar, the weight is in your hands. So you're moving that weight, you're using that weight. Whereas when machines get involved, you have a lever. And so it changes that dynamic even with that, which is why I love that functional side of stuff.
So a lot of people watching might not know how to start. So I think for like myself, I've had to do it because of my background in the military. But some people maybe haven't done a lot of athletics, or it's been a while since they've done a lot of athletics. If I'm sitting here watching, what's like something you would recommend I do right away? I know it's going to take time, but what's kind of step one?
If you definitely don't even have a schedule, like if you're not even making time for yourself on the physical side, writing it down. I am a person that if you don't schedule it, you're not going to do it. We always find excuses not to. Oh, I gotta go get the kids. Oh, I needed to this. I forget to do this. So, and then be realistic with that. In that, start with 3 times a week minimum would be my go-to, and 30 minutes to about 40 minutes if you haven't been doing anything. And it can be, you can mix it up. Meaning it could be 3 times a week. 30 minutes walking, hiking, working on that cardio side. Once you get a routine, then start to throw in some of that strength training. So a lot of people kind of like to do too much too fast, or they go back to what they used to do. So I get that quite frequently. Nat, I took 6 months off. I used to run 5Ks at this time. I think I'm just going to go out and run 4 miles. And I'm like, hold up.
Yeah. We missed a step here, or literally
so
4K worth.
Right, we have to start and step back a little to get that body so we don't have an injury is the bigger thing. So 3 times a week, 30 minutes minimum. If you can make that happen for 2 to 3 weeks, bump it up to 4. Because I feel 30 minutes is a very doable number. Mm-hmm. And then you'll start to see it. You'll start to feel it, I should say. But it does take, we kind of talked about that 12 weeks minimum. You do have to commit for an extended period of time. Now, one thing I do want to highlight is people struggle with, let's say they miss a day, or, I didn't hit 3 times this week. I only hit once, and they sort of get down. Let it go. Let it go. If you did 1 time, be excited that you got in your 1 time, and then start your schedule over next week. Maybe it was you were going to plan to work out after work every time, and maybe you realize, after work's not going to be work for me.
Sure.
Maybe it's I need to switch and try the morning. So that would be my how do you start? And then if you're really, really struggling, go ask somebody.
Yeah, I think that's important.
So
I think, I don't know about you, but I think part of one of the values in your classes is that, 1, it is scheduled, so it does help you plan.
Yep.
But 2, there's accountability in that. I think having a partner or someone to keep you accountable, I know for me, if I know I'm supposed to meet someone else to do an activity, whether it's running for 30 minutes or weightlifting or yoga, if I'm scheduled to be with them, then I'm more motivated to go. So I don't want to let them down, and I want to be a part of that and get a partner. I think that's great advice.
It's just accountability. But usually you can find somebody that's willing to help you get on track or motivate you, find that person that's maybe they have been doing stuff and you're like, I just wish, ask them.
Yeah, and they might be looking for somebody to jump in with them too. Like maybe they're sitting around going, boy, I wish I just had somebody to work out with, and here you go. Boom.
Yes,
it's just
absolutely.
Magical. No, that's awesome. That's incredible. I really appreciate everything you've shared with us, because I think it's given me a lot to digest and think about. Is there anything that, if you kind of had just one of the most important pieces that maybe we haven't gotten to yet that you would want to share?
There's so many.
I know. You've got a lot of great notes, and I want to get to all of them. That's a lot.
It's even handwritten, because I'm old school.
She's prepared. I think that's organized. We talked about organization, and here we just walked in with a camera, and poor Natalie's been working at it, and we just show up and hey, what's up?
I think I want to kind of back up actually just a tiny bit, and just hit that you can't go wrong with the basics. So fitness is trendy, right? There's new stuff, the new WOD, the new HIIT, the new this, the new this. You can't go wrong with the basics. Yeah. And I really try to preach that. And then with the mobility and stuff, working on range, but a squat's never going to be out. Yeah. A squat's a basic move. So we actually have 7 basic human movements that we're supposed to be able to do. And so it's literally a pull, a push, a squat, a lunge, hinging, rotation, and your gait. And so if you incorporate those moves and those ideas into any of your programs, huge. And it's as simple as it sounds. So you think pull, yes, a row, a pull up, a lat pull down, anything where you're pulling. Push, as simple as it sounds. Yeah. Pushing, pressing. Yep. Again, squat, but that is a basic movement. I've given this to multiple people, again, for a visual. The most perfect squat is when you have a baby, so maybe they just started walking, and they squat down to pick something up off the floor. Their butt goes all the way down, their feet are flat, their backs are tall, and they just pick up the object because they don't know any different. Babies have 0 muscle deviations. They don't have a job where they sit all day with bad posture. They haven't had an injury, hopefully, at that time. And so that's another visual of what we're really designed to do is that perfect move. So you can't go wrong with basics. Yeah. If you feel it's too much when you get to the gym, there's too much hype, you see people doing all these crazy things, stick with the basics.
I feel another T-shirt coming on. Be a baby. And he's got like a bar, a trap bar. It's like be a baby. And the baby's in a
But did the
diaper right
visual
before they do a
help?
deadlift. Yeah, it really did. I was like, man, you're so right. Like they are perfect in that, and
The backs
and you're
are
right. And they are
just
they're on the
pretty.
go. They're moving, and they're not just sitting.
No,
You don't see a
they
baby
learn-
just
you don't have
stagnant.
to-
They're not slouching over.
Nope.
I mean, they're
You
they're
don't have
going.
to teach them how
Even
to
as you were
crawl.
talking, like I was like kind of pulling my
Oh, I
shoulders back,
know.
like I need to I'm so
Posture is huge, but
It
that's
is.
just some of the. I also
Yeah.
think some of the benefits people forget that are everyday.
Yeah.
Meaning it's stress relief. Things help with our posture. It helps with our brain power. If you move, we're gonna have more active. I mean, endorphins are a real thing. It's the happy chemical.
Yeah, sure.
All that kind of stuff that plays a part that just helps daily. But I mean, yeah, posture's a big one for me. I just notice it in younger kids in general because
Sure.
we don't talk about it.
Right. Yeah, and we're hunched over a computer. We're hunched over our phones.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot
Very
of-
much so.
Yeah. No, this has been really awesome. We really appreciate everything that you do, and I know you do so much for so many. So thank you for taking time to talk to us. And,
No, thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to hear some of the journeys of some people as they start. Hopefully, we've inspired somebody to not just get fit,
We
but
should have had just a line of people
Yeah.
that could talk for me.
oh, there's probably just been
That's what
tons
we
of
should
people
have.
that you've had. Yeah, next time.
I also
Next
have
time
a different reputation on posts. I push
You're not the
people.
only drill sergeant. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. I actually, for another slogan is, I always want to say, come to the Camp Dodge Wellness Center to find your inner athlete. You're
yeah.
never too old to be an athlete.
Yes.
We all
Yeah.
have it, and we don't know it. So
Yeah.
here is one of those places where me and Ashley, the other woman that works here, we want to be that motivation. So a lot of times it takes sometimes someone believing you can kind of do it if you've struggled, and so we want to be those people.
Yeah, I think I've often heard people say, "Well, I'm not an athlete," and I'll say, "Well, have you ever taken a shower?" Like, yeah. I'm like, then you're an athlete. I mean, if you can shower, you're an athlete. Like it's
So,
within all of us.
it
Really,
is.
it is. Whatever body type or whatever you have
Yes.
or don't have, you have
Yes.
that ability.
Just like everyone can be a runner.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
You
awesome.
bet.
Everyone, even Duarte. Where did you guys even stretch? I didn't even see you guys. Like,
I'm
I saw
running.
you put the rollers away, and then we never saw you.
We
after
were
that.
just tucked,
Yeah, it's code for
Doing
napping.
squats,
Yeah,
working on squats.
we talked a lot about squats.
squatting down to get the foam roller.
Like a baby, like a baby. We'll catch you up.
Like a baby?
Yeah, it's a thing. You'll
It is
get
a
a
thing.
T-shirt. It's in the mail.
Like a baby?
Yeah, let it be like a baby.
Squat like a baby?
Squat like a baby.
Yes.
Squat like a baby. That's it. You already picked it up.
They do just like fall down. It's kind of funny.
Yep.
Is that the
That's kind of it.
concept?
Kind of it. The way they pick stuff up is like how you should do a perfect squat.
That's what
That makes sense.
that's what
Yeah.
a perfect squat
They
looks
do
like.
go like butt straight to the ground.
Yeah.
That's
Like get
Yeah.
back up.
yeah.
Yes.
You already picked it up. See?
Come on now, I can do
Yeah.
this.